We back. Motor City Sports Talk. We in the building. Your boy CJ Goodfella with another season preview. We winding down, almost complete. If you don't know what this installment is, the season preview is where we go back. We go and look at the Detroit Lions 2018 regular season opponent one by one and break them down and kind of give you an overall feel for their offseason and kind of a little bit of history between that team and the Detroit Lions, all right? Today, we winding it down. We're going to the New England Patriots, Week 3, September 23rd, Sunday night, 8 o'clock, 8:20 kickoff time. And it's Sunday night game, prime time, only game on at the time. And New England Patriots are coming to Ford Field, so, you know, you might want to go get your tickets, you feel me? But should be a good game. I didn't know New England made as many moves as they did. It's very, very low key. They signed Danny Shelton, a big defensive tackle from the Cleveland Browns. They also got Jason McCourty, Devin McCourty twin from the Cleveland Browns. He had left Tennessee. Said he had a solid season, but the Browns were going to release him as well. Also got rid of Danny Amendola. I don't think they would have did that if they knew Julian Edelman wasn't coming back. Also got rid of Nate Soldier. They left tackle. So they got a lot of turnover. They brought Rex Burkhead back. They lost Deion Lewis. Obviously, Gronkowski didn't get traded or haven't got traded yet. And eventually they probably will pay Rob Gronkowski. So they're a little bit thin at the receiver position. They got rid of Brandon Cooks. They traded him away. So at the receiver position for them, it's Edelman will be suspended for this game versus the Lions. He's suspended for 4 years for performance-enhancing drugs. So pretty much they got rid of Cooks as well. So they really, really thin at receiver. They worked out Eric Decker today. But on the defensive side, they kind of read up. They got Adrian Claiborne. They also released Jordan Matthews today. He ain't never really hit from Vanderbilt, but they got Adrian Claiborne from the Falcons. Also Danny Shelton. So they kind of rebuilding their defensive line. But it does look like they took a step back. They still got Stephon Gilmore, Devin McCourty. But Brady's going to have to make it do what it do this year. They drafted Sony Michel and Isaiah Wynn from Georgia, both Georgia Bulldogs. Isaiah Wynn is expected to go from tackle to kick in a guard. Sony Michel is supposed to probably do the Deion Lewis role as well. So it's a lot of turnover for New England, man. And, yeah, they still got the other receiver. I can't remember his name. Chris Hogan. So they didn't address the receiver position a lot in the draft. They took a kid from Miami. Also took a slot corner from his name was Duke something. He took it from one of them colleges. I can't remember. But yeah, it looked like the Patriots could be on a downslope. I heard today on ESPN they was kind of picking them to be the slide, but to slide down when the teams decline. But I don't think so, man. I think Billy Belichick could be smart enough to make the adjustments. They won't be the powerhouse they once was, but you always got to wonder with Tom Brady, being 40, you got to wonder about that, man. As well as, how much did Matt Patricia bring to the table for the Patriots. So that'd be interesting. And, will Gronkowski stay healthy? Will an injury bug bite the Patriots early on? It kind of has the makings for a slide for the Patriots, but the only thing that really would make you think they still make the playoffs and still probably be pretty good is because their division sucks. I mean, the Dolphins haven't done much. The Jets are still on the up and up, and the Bills are not projected to be that good. So those are probably 6 wins right there for the New England Patriots, right there off rip. So, but it's a system. Chris Hogan is a good receiver. Gronkowski always gives you a chance when Edelman comes back, even though he won't be back versus the Lions. He got one more week after that when he comes back. So they'll figure it out. You know what I'm saying? They probably make a trade for a receiver or find a receiver and make them good. But, they brought Rex Burkhead back. They brought Brandon Bolden back. They got Sony Michel. So I think that'd be okay. You always got Bill Belichick, but you always got to wonder, after how that defense looked last year, did they do enough to fix that defense? And did they do enough to surround Brady with some talent? They got him some protection with Isaiah Wynn, and they lost Nate Soldier. They don't like to pay nobody, so the Patriots do look like they decline. But if Danny Shelton, Adrian Claiborne can plug into their system, Hightopper come back and be good. McCourty and both of the McCourty boys would be good. So they replace Malcolm Butler. They still got Stephon Gilmore, so they still got a lot to work with. But You know what? I wouldn't just go ahead and mark this as an L for the Lions. You know what I'm saying? This is a really, really good game. You know, the Patriots gonna come prepared, but you know they already thin. You know, and they come into Ford Field. We know how Sunday nights be rocking. I think this is a very, very competitive game, depending on what the Lions do. To be honest, you know, if they gonna come out BSing and Jim Bob Cooter not doing what he supposed to do, and the defense ain't together, it's going to be a problem. But usually the defense comes together first. From my experience playing from Pal all the way up to college, you know, usually the defense comes first, all right? They gel together and all that. And Jim Bob Cooter already know what he want to do. He already got a rapport with most of the offensive players. So it'll be interesting, man. It'll be interesting. And what's funny about it is they let Malcolm Butler go and bench him for the Super Bowl. He's killing it over there with the Titans from what I'm hearing. But it's early in camp. And Lions haven't beat the Patriots since November 2000. You know, 4 straight losses we only beat them 4 times out of like 12 or 11 appearances, whatever it may be. So we haven't had a lot of success versus them since 1976, I believe it is. But, you know, the last 2 games have been blowouts versus the Patriots. One in New England, one in Detroit. The other 2 was pretty close, but they've been dominant. They've been dominating the whole league for a long time. So, you know, as far as, like I told you, I don't mark wins and losses before the season because you don't know where the injuries come from. You don't know where the improvements going to come from. You don't know who's going to decline. This is such a physical sport. Somebody could be in their prime 1 minute and just completely fall off the next minute. So, I don't do wins and losses, but I think the Lions got a good chance. I think the Patriots is a little bit off their rocker. I think at some point, you know, maybe this year or next year, they're going to wish they would have kept Jimmy Garoppolo. But, you know, age got to catch up with Brady at some point, right? Especially getting rid of his number 1 left tackle. And it looked like the former Lion, Adrian Waddle, might have a chance to play over there and start. And we know how injury prone he is. And, you know, it'll be interesting. It'll be very, very interesting. And another nugget here, Matt Patricia is going to be going up against his old coach. And we remember when Josh McDaniels went up against Bill Belichick and beat him when he was the Denver Bronco coach, and they thought it was the Super Bowl. And then their season just declined after that. So, you know, let's see. Let's see what Matt Patricia does. And let's see if he can outcoach his old coach. And he knows all their weaknesses and stuff of that nature. And he brings, and I'm going to say this about the Lions, they bring an element of surprise with a new regime being there. So that's something to look at. And LeGarrette Blount going back. So be somewhat of a reunion. And I think it's going to be a good game. But remember, this is week 3, Sunday night. If you didn't get your tickets, single ticket games went on sale. Excuse me. Y'all know what it is.